Fred brings his fiancée, Quinn, to a family dinner to introduce her to his parents. However, his estranged wife, Beatrice, unexpectedly arrives. A heated argument ensues, with Fred revealing Beatrice's abuse of their son, Jake. Outraged, Fred's parents order Beatrice to leave. As she departs, she threatens Quinn, hinting at a secret that could jeopardize their plans. What is Beatrice's secret, and how will it impact Quinn and Fred's carefully constructed plan? Will Fred's parents be able to forgive him for his past actions and accept Quinn into the family? How will Beatrice retaliate, and what lengths will she go to maintain her grip on Fred and his wealth?
Quinn didn't think that Beatrice had any information on her. She was just trying to scare Quinn. "Now, will you finally listen to me?" Fred looked at his dad, Peter, who sat down again at the table. "You're right. I was wrong." Peter motioned to the butler, and a trio of waiters delivered delicious soup to the table, along with flutes of champagne. Marcy and Peter raised a glass toward Quinn and Fred. "Let us celebrate you, Dr. Murphy, and your future marriage to my son." Everyone in the room turned and smiled at Quinn. "Say, have we met before, Quinn? You look rather familiar," Peter told Quinn, who shook her head. "I don't think so. Maybe you've seen me around Roosevelt Memorial when I'm doing my rounds." "Yeah, maybe that's it," Peter nodded. "I was a benefactor there about 7 or 8 years before Fred. I had to pull back on my duties at Rex Corp once Jake was born. I just wanted to spend time with my grandson." Quinn couldn't believe what loving parents Fred had, lucked out with Peter and Marcy. Compared to her childhood, it felt as if they came from 2 different worlds. Peter interrupted her thoughts. "Before my grandson was born, I donated all my money to the birthing unit at the hospital. It's so important to me to help our children and their mothers from the start." "I completely agree. The Roosevelt Memorial has greatly benefited from your generosity. The hospital has top-of-the-line facilities so that all our patients have the best care." Marcy handed Quinn another cocktail. "Do you have any children of your own?" Quinn smiled. "Yes, I have a son named Denny and a daughter named Sammy. They all get along so well with Jake, it's almost as if they've always been siblings. Especially Jake and Denny. They look like twins." "How nice." Marcy leaned over to hand Fred another cocktail. "They really do look like twins," Fred agreed. Marcy put her drink down and grabbed Quinn's hands. "Please, bring them by soon. I want to have all my grandchildren under one roof." "Okay, I will bring them by. They will love having you both as their grandparents," Quinn assured her. On the drive home, Quinn smiled to herself out the window. It felt nice to have grandparents in her life and for her children. Quinn couldn't wait to return to Fred's apartment and tell her kids about their new family members. She blinked repeatedly at the passing buildings. She leaned her head into her hand and groaned at the car's motion. "Are you all right?" Fred leaned towards her. Quinn nodded. "I think I might have had too much to drink back there." Quinn leaned her forehead against the car window. Fred took off his jacket and wrapped it around Quinn. He smoothed the hair away from her face. "I know I put you through a lot today, but it meant a lot that you met my parents. They liked you." Quinn had been going non-stop all day from multiple surgeries straight into meeting Fred's parents with no notice. It had been a whirlwind of a day. "Yeah, you think so?" "Definitely. They really bought the idea that we were engaged." Fred laughed. "I can't believe they bought it." Quinn looked back out of the window. She pretended that her heart didn't crack in two at the sound of his laugh. Quinn knew that the relationship part was a lie, but a part of her hoped that the family aspect wasn't a lie. She hoped her kids would have a real father in Fred and be involved with his grandparents. "I need to stop living in Fantasyland," Quinn thought to herself as Fred's driver pulled up to their building. Fred opened the door and held out his hand. Quinn pushed his hand away. "We don't have to pretend anymore," Quinn told Fred. She missed the hurt look on Fred's face when she turned to close the car door. Quinn took a shaky step onto the curb. "Are you sure you're okay?" Fred asked, concern in his voice. Quinn tried to answer him, but the ground seemed to tilt, and her vision went black as Quinn collapsed. "Quinn? Can you hear me? Quinn!" Fred yelled.
Fred stood there shocked and helpless. He had no clue what happened to Quinn. Will he be able to help her? What happened to Quinn? Did she faint? Is she experiencing a medical emergency? How will Fred react to Quinn's sudden collapse? Will this incident further complicate their already strained relationship? Will this incident reveal any hidden truths about Quinn's health or past?
Hey, I'm Jenny. If you're wondering what happens next, download the Pocket FM app now and listen to the exciting episodes of A Mother's Battle.